In this training webinar, you're going to discover the 8 psychic, spiritual senses you might have and how they work, and how to remove deeply rooted energetic blocks that are secretly stopping you from experiencing more abundance, happiness, peace, and success in your life. First of all, I'm glad that you found this training. You are here for a reason, and that reason will become clear to you in a minute. Maybe you're looking to improve certain areas of your life, such as your abundance, relationships, or health, purpose work, or inner peace. Or maybe you've dedicated your life to helping others heal, and you're looking for better and faster ways to help people and facilitate healing on a deeper level. Either way, you're at the right place at exactly the right time. What we'll go over today is the invisible thing controlling your life right now. What really goes on in your energetic system is the answer you've been looking for. Where negative energy gets stuck and what to do about it, the 8 spiritual senses you might have and how they work, and my proven 5-step energy healing and activation process you can use to remove blockages that are sabotaging your success in all areas of life. And you're also going to learn how to unlock your natural healing abilities in 30 days, and much, much more. And if you stay till the end, I have a special gift in store for you. Right, so make sure you stay till the end of this training, and you're going to get this video that I released not too long ago called the Rapid Manifestation video. And this is the video that reveals exactly how I manifested everything amazing in my life, how I do it fast, how I do it predictably and consistently, and it's in all areas, in health, in wealth, in finances, everything. I've used this information, and I've learned this over 10 years ago, and it still works today. And if you stay until the end of this training, you're gonna get this Rapid Manifestation video absolutely free. All right, so let's talk about one of the most important things that most people ignore. Right, so here is a pyramid, very, very fancy one, right, that I created. And it's at the very bottom is your current reality. It's what you're experiencing right now, and that's affected, or that's caused by the decisions that you make in your life. And the decisions that you make are caused by your emotions, right? And the emotions are caused by your paradigm, like your belief systems, and that paradigm is directly influenced by your identity, who you believe you are, and we have this in ourselves, deeply ingrained, and beyond this, like, what's the thing behind this is energy. This is the one thing that affects everything, right? And this is one thing to where once you work and addressing things at an energetic level, you're working at the root and not the fruit, right? And that's where everything begins. So it's very similar to making one change in it. By making that one change in the energetic level, it's like making 1,000 different changes. It has that leverage and ripple effect. So we're going to focus on that. It's energy, okay? It's the invisible thing that controls your entire life. And it can either keep you stuck, unhappy, and unfulfilled, or it can bring you abundance, happiness, success, inner peace, and everything you've truly desired and wanted in life, and more. And here's how energy affects you. As you probably already know, energy affects you more than you realize. This is something that's not news, okay? It's not a new thing. Science has proven it over and over again that everything in our universe is made of the same energy. From the screen that you're looking at right now, to the wall, to our bodies, even our cells. Like, they in our DNA, there's what they call 95% of the junk energy, or the things that they can't decode, and that has unlimited or a lot of potential. It's all energy. It's like they just haven't been able to access it and decode and figure out what it's for, but it's untapped potential. But within all of us, is infinite, untapped, powerful energy that we can use to create things that we like or attract things that we don't like, right? So you're probably asking, but how does this apply to me? Okay, remember a time when you spoke to someone or encountered someone who was angry, stressed, anxious, or in a bad mood? Okay, think about that. What happened afterwards? Chances are you felt it. Maybe in your stomach, maybe in your heart, maybe your head started hurting, maybe your ears started ringing, but it affected you somehow, and it doesn't stop there. Sometimes you carry that energy throughout your day, and it ends up affecting everything that you do and everyone you encounter. You bring it from one interaction to the next, you bring it home with you, and it has this ripple effect. Now, that's just one tiny example of how a complete stranger can affect your life through energy alone. There's somebody you don't even know. Now, here's the thing. There's also a lucky and unlucky phenomenon, and you've probably seen this. Have you ever had a lucky day where everything went right, one after another, almost as if the stars lined up and conspired in your favor? And have you ever had a bad day where everything just went wrong and it just kept on piling up and you just wanted to curl up in a ball and hide from the world? It's not a coincidence. When these things happen, they are controlled by your energy. Right? Your energy is more powerful than your thoughts and your emotions, and it's the invisible thing that controls everything. Okay, and another thing is, it's one of the things that most people don't focus on because they don't see it with their naked eye. It's kind of like an out of sight, out of mind thing. And when your energy and your personal vibration is high, most obstacles and challenges don't even appear. You skip them, and the ones that do appear, you just magically are able to handle them better. And when your energy and personal vibration is low, the Pandora's box of negativity, fear, unwanted scenarios come flooding into your life. Even the smallest things tend to bother you. Here are some examples. 2 years ago, I dipped in energy, and when I did, within 30 minutes, I had 4 people reach out to me. These same 4 people are the ones who normally drag me down energy-wise and drain me. Some of them I talk to just a few times per year to keep a healthy boundary, but when I dipped, they all showed up quickly. Why? Because just like a radio station that uses the concept of frequencies to transmit information, I was using the frequency where all these people existed. So when I went there energy-wise, I chose. They all showed up and they knew how to find me quickly. I was in their radar. And during that hour, I started receiving one piece of bad news after another as well, right? And in the past, if I didn't know about this energy thing, I would have let this continue on for days or weeks or months at a time, which I've had in the past, going through dark times where you're just like, it's a way of being, it's like the new norm. And if I didn't know how to get myself out of it, right, that would have been the case. And then what ended up happening, it would affect my thoughts, my emotions, my actions. It affected everything in my life. So when I started realizing this was happening, I made it a priority to master my energy, right? And nowadays, I know within minutes. Worst case scenario, 1 to 2 hours, when something negative energy is trapped within me, or if I'm getting affected by it. And sometimes you become aware right when it happens, and other times, your logical mind catches it, and the 2 to 3 negative things that just happen, and that's what makes you aware that you dipped. So it's either you feel it or you catch it by looking back and be like, wow, there's a pattern here. Right? So when everything flows. So here's the thing. When I've chosen the right vibration and right energy for myself, miracles happen several times a day. One time my wife was avoiding I'll give you an example. One time my wife was avoiding a conversation and she needed to have with somebody, and she dipped into fear. Right? And guess what? It's the weirdest thing. The glasses around her kept breaking. Now, it's different for everybody. Okay, I don't want to scare you, but it's something that you have control over. It's different for everybody. For my wife, she asks for her signs, from God, from the universe, and for whatever you believe in, right? She asks for signs for her to be more intense and to be brought into her physical surrounding so that it catches her attention. So she wanted it to happen that way. She got it. And what ended up happening was, when she saw the sign, then she chose a higher frequency of self-love, got on the call she was avoiding, and while she was on the call, weirdly enough, money just kept showing up in her account that she wasn't even expecting, out of nowhere. And this is the power of frequency. Since she went and tapped into the highest frequency, guess what? Abundance found her because it was in that specific frequency. And sometimes when you're in the right frequency, what you desire the most finds its way to you effortlessly. You don't even have to try or logically try to make sense of it. It just gets attracted to you. And you have the physical body, of course, and you also have the energetic body, and it's a very, very complex system. So here's the energetic system, quick overview. Okay, the energetic system is vast and extremely complex. Here are some of the basic ones to remember for now. For example, in our physical body, we have physical organs. For your energetic body, you have chakras. Okay, chakras, and I'll go over this in a second, affect you more than you know. They affect your emotions, your mood, your experiences, your health, your well-being, your finances, your relationships. Everything in your life is affected by your chakras. Again, you also have in our bodies, you have physical toxins, right? That our liver has to detox. And there's also, for our energetic body, energetic toxins that come in internally. Either we create them by choosing them or externally from other people. So physical skin, right? Just like we have physical skin in our body, we also have our energetic skin, which is our aura. And our aura, depending on how sensitive you are, absorbs what it comes in contact with, just like our skin would. And they've had a lot of machines that they developed throughout the years that are rooted in science, that are able to pick up and measure the energetic body, the aura, and can even get very granular, showing what kind of color it is and all that stuff. So all this stuff is available to quantify the unseen that we normally don't see with our eyes unless we have that as a gift. But we're able to quantify this now with science. And we also, as we have physical senses, like with our bodies, like, you know, like sight, hear, taste, smell, and touch. We also have the 8 spiritual and energetic senses. Okay, and these are what helps us make sense and decipher the invisible energy that we don't see. It's our 8 spiritual senses, which I'm also going to be going over in this video. All right, and most of the biggest pain, and this is one of the things that I had to come to grips with. And when I found this at first, it was sad, but then it was also liberating because I could do something about it. Right? And one of the most biggest pain and struggle people experience is because they don't know how to take care of their energetic body. Just like you take care of your physical, mental, and emotional health, you need to take care of your energetic health. What I've learned is every painful and traumatic experience you've ever had since you were a child had a tremendous energetic impact on you and could potentially still be affecting you and holding you back. Right? It's a compounding effect. And here are some of the problems from stuck energy. So here's the thing. When you have energy that's stuck, like let's say some traumatic thing happened when you were a child, a breakup or a fight or parents abandoning or yelling at you, that leaves an energetic imprint on you, and it's there. Unless you know how to remove it, it stays in there. And your problems will keep reoccurring over and over and over again, and you won't be able to fully move forward regardless of how hard you try if you have energy blocks in your system. Here's how it happens. Painful experience happens, energy from that initially gets stored in your energetic body, right? And the initial energy that was stored in your body from these painful experiences eventually turn into energetic patterns. Think about this. It's kind of like neurons. Like, you know, have you ever heard the term that neurons that fire together, wire together? And if you do things over and over again with the same amount of intensity, eventually it becomes wired within our nervous system to where it becomes almost like automatic. And it's the same thing. It becomes a pattern, and it's the same thing. There's energetic neurons. Now, once the energy is stored in there and it's exercised a few times, it keeps repeating itself. And that's why sometimes people find themselves from one bad relationship to another, or one, like, you know, bad habit to another, and they can't get out of it. It's because it doesn't matter if they try mentally or emotionally, you know, or brute force. If the problem is invisible, if the problem is energetic, then it doesn't even get addressed, right? So these energetic patterns keep you stuck and cause you to keep re-experiencing the same problem over and over and over again. Unless you're able to remove the deeply rooted energetic blocks that are stuck in your body, sometimes on a deep cellular level, you will be stuck where you are and you won't be able to move forward. I know this from personal experience and from seeing this happen in my loved ones and friends and people that I've been blessed to meet and help all over the world, right? And energy can get trapped. Like, you know, it can get trapped in your auric field from day-to-day living. It can get trapped in your chakras from your own pain or from trauma others inflict on you. It can get trapped in your actual organs from internal and external sources. It can get trapped in the energetic timeline. This is more karmic. It can get trapped in the DNA and cellular level when it's passed on from ancestors or generational trauma. And again, this is something that's been proven by science as well. Is just like genetically things are passed down through the genes, trauma is too, and so is energy. It can get passed down from generation to generation. And a lot of the times I've seen people carry on pain, carry on energetic patterns that aren't even theirs. It's from their parents or their parents' passed down, and they've absorbed it. They've taken accountability for it, and worse, they think it's theirs instead of it seeing that it's not theirs, and there's something that they can do something about, right? So there's that too. So there's a lot of these energetic systems. For the sake of an example for this training, let's use the chakras as an example. The chakras, it's one of the hidden energetic systems that flows within our bodies and affects everything in our lives, from career, relationship, inner peace, success, wellness, everything. Okay, chakras affect everything. At the very top, you have your crown chakra. Okay, I'm just going to go over briefly different chakras that you have, and these are the basic ones. There are also some more advanced ones that I'm not going to list here. Not a lot of people know about, but this one's a very, very basic one, so you have an idea. Okay, so the very top is the crown chakra. It has to do with spirituality, intuition, and purpose work. So if you're having issues in any of those areas, then most likely there's energetic toxins and blocks in your crown chakra. Next is your third eye chakra. It has to do with absorbing other people's energy and tuning in to the energetic world. If you are sensitive to other people's energy, then most likely there's energetic toxins and blocks in your third eye chakra that need to be addressed. The throat chakra, this has to do with speaking your truth, with confidence, with communication. So if you are having communication issues, there's most likely energetic toxins and blocks in your throat chakra. Then you have your heart chakra. It has to do with love and self-love. Okay? So if you're having a hard time loving yourself, or you keep attracting toxic people into your life, there's most likely energetic toxins and blocks in your heart chakra. Solar plexus chakra. It's also called the power center. It has to do with wisdom, self-esteem, self-worth, personal power. And if you have a hard time standing up for yourself or standing in your power, there's most likely energetic toxins and blocks in your solar plexus chakra. Your root chakra has to do with your career, being grounded, and material abundance. So if you have issues with money, abundance, or staying grounded, there's most likely energetic toxins and blocks in your root chakra. And just like your physical body needs to detox and eliminate waste, so does your energetic body. But problem is, most people don't know how. So they sit with negative and toxic energy most, if not all of their lives, never really experiencing true happiness, abundance, and the depth of amazingness that life has to offer. And it doesn't have to be this way. Hi, my name is Kuya Nino, and people call me the spiritual activator. And it's just me and my family here. It's me, my wife, my son, and our two beautiful dogs over here. Alright? And I'm about to show you the 8 spiritual senses, along with my proven 5-step healing process for removing negative energy that's stuck in your energetic body, so you can finally start living a life of abundance, happiness, success, and freedom in all areas of your life. And here's the 5 steps to healing yourself. First is you got to be able to activate your spiritual senses. We all have it within us. Sometimes it's dormant, sometimes it's been a while, sometimes we don't know how to use it, but we have to be able to activate it to its full potential in a way that's of love and light. And it's not scary. There's a lot of fear around activating your spiritual senses, but in reality it's a beautiful thing. You can have control over it. It can be an amazing thing. It can be used for good, and when you activate it, it can just be all the things that bring you what you want in life, and you're able to help a lot of people out as well. And the next step is being able to find your blockages in your energetic body. Right? Once you find them, you're either able to cut or disintegrate the blockages. Right? And once that's done, you have to be able to remove them from within, and then you're able to refuel with healing, love, and life force energy to bring everything back to what it's supposed to, what it's meant to be, right? In your body, in your energetic body. So these are the 5 steps, very, very simple and very powerful for really healing yourself, removing all the negative energy in your body, and coming back into what you were intended to do, like how God created you, like perfect energetically, okay, getting you back in that state. And when you follow these 5 steps, then your energy will be clear on a consistent basis, and your day-to-day quality of life will be much better. And the next most important thing after this is your 8 spiritual senses, 8 psychic senses, okay? And before I reveal that, let me share with you my quick story so you know how this all came about, so you have some context for it. And you know what, chances are you probably never heard of me, like, Kuya Nino, who was that? And it was designed that way, because up until now, I've been working underground, away from the public eye, and away from attention. And for over 10 years, people from all over the globe have secretly referred to me as the spiritual activator. my name being passed around through whispers in elite close circles, meeting people strictly through referrals. I never sought people out. They've somehow found me through vibration, frequency, and energy. They just did. And quite frankly, I enjoyed being behind the scenes. That was one of the things that I loved. I can make a difference. Nobody needed to know who I was. I can go on with my merry life, right? And behind the scenes of my day, this is how it typically would look like. When a CEO who's selling billions, online faces challenges and is stuck, I get a call to find the energetic blockages and remove them. When a celebrity is going through a meltdown because of a breakup and they just can't seem to get it together, right? Whether it's in their career or their life, and because they can't attract the right kind of man or person in their life, I'm the one that get the call, so I can find energetic root and cause and address it and help them get stable again. When a husband is about to pull the trigger and end his life, I'm the one that gets the call to come in and intervene. When a woman has been on dozens of different medications for years and has debilitating panic attacks just going to the grocery, I get the call so I can fix it. When a child is extra sensitive to energy and nobody can explain what it is, and they're displaying spiritual gifts at a very, very young age, I get the call to help them understand what their gifts are, tell them to cultivate it, and to get it under control. Right? I get that call typically. And you know what? My days, they were always exciting, and I got to meet and help people from all walks of life. It required all of me to be able to do that. And you're probably thinking, but Kuya Nino, it's all fine and dandy, but this seems like it's straight out of the movie. Maybe you just got lucky, and that's just not the case for most of us. And you know what? The truth is, it's not unicorns and rainbows. Far from it. I could go on and on and on with the sob story, but I've been to the darkest and depths of sadness and despair in my own life and struggles. Like that one time where my business partner ran away with the business, all my clients, and most of my employees, pulling the rug underneath my feet, leading me to deal with all the customers, having no resources left. Yep, and that was difficult for me, especially since I'm the type of person that I love on people. I want to make sure that people get the best that they can in life, and for them to look at me and with pretty much hate, thinking that it's me. Back then I didn't know how to speak my truth and say it's my business partner, so I took the brunt of it. I take accountability for it, but that happened actually more than once, right? To where people did that, and you know what? It was a great learning lesson for me. Or the times when it was I never even thought I would share this, where because of that, cars got repossessed 4 different times, bank accounts, being shut down because they were overdrawn at least 12 times a month, and led to me filing bankruptcy. And this was years of depression that I actually experienced. It was just very, very dark energetically for me and in my life, and throw in divorce into the mix as well, right? And on top of that, during that period, because since that was the vibration and energy that I was in, I was attracting relationships that were toxic to my soul. Worst, and it's probably the worst of it all, is because of all this, I shut down my gifts. I shut down my light, and just shut down my light and love. I lost myself, who I was as that kid who was born, with a divine purpose, born with gifts. Shut it down. I didn't think I was good enough. I think the world was out there to get me, and I was just have had enough. So I shut it down. That's probably the worst thing that I've done, and anybody could do is shut off their own light and love. It could go on and on and on, right? Bottom line, it was the darkest time of my life, and I just wanted to hide under the covers and disappear. If I didn't wake up the next day, it would have been totally fine. That's where I was. And the truth is, what I'm about to share with you, and what I've shared with you so far, mastering my energy, the 8 spiritual senses, and the 5 healing steps, they saved my life, gave me a second chance, a start over button in life, a do-over. And here's how it all started. Actually, it's a funny story. The words that I will never forget: you have something special inside of you. I'll never forget those words. It was flashback in 2008, And I don't know how she found me, but she did. She was a psychic to the stars in Hollywood. Countless A-list celebrities used her for readings and spiritual advice. And there was a long pause of what felt like years of awkward silence. And she looked at me and said, "You have something special inside of you. You're going to change millions of lives. You need to go to Sedona as soon as you can. Sedona has the key. Stop hiding. Go to Sedona." I was like, that was the conversation. And a few weeks later, I found myself in Sedona. And what happened next changed my life forever. That's me on the rock, by the way. I was meditating on top of a vortex. It really is me. And it was scary. It's an hour climb to the top, and I'm afraid of heights. And if you fall here, there's no going back, right? So that was me. And you might be asking, Kuya Nino, what is a vortex? A vortex is a powerful and transformational energy center. They are intersections of natural electromagnetic earth energy, also known as ley lines. And they have a lot of them in Sedona. And so when I was here, I remember all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I started getting these images in my head, flashing quickly while my eyes were closed. Pyramids, spheres, spirals, sacred geometry symbols, and shapes that I've never seen before. And sacred geometry can be found everywhere. It's around you, it's inside of you, and it's also even been called by a lot of people the language of God, because it's just everywhere in nature, right? So from the spirals of the double helix DNA in your body to the hemoglobin in our blood that is shaped as an octahedron, which is two pyramids back to back, to the great pyramids in Egypt, to the crop circles in Europe, to the designs of religious structures such as churches or mosques and temples, and even the spiral nature of galaxies in our universe. Sacred geometry is everywhere. It's inside of you, it's also everywhere around you. And since it's a major part of all living things and a big part of creation, it's also been called the language of God. But there's more. Sacred geometry is more than just shapes. In fact, you'd be surprised to learn that with sacred geometry, it's the key to activating or reactivating your own gifts and unlocking healing on a completely different level. Right? So there are many forms of sacred geometry, and one of my favorite examples is the pyramid structure. In ancient times, pyramids were used for preservation. They were used to dehydrate and mummify things without decay or mold growing. Like, that's all in history books. And nowadays, pyramids are used for much more because they discovered the actual power of the sacred geometry. So they use it for a lot more stuff nowadays. For example, a researcher named Bill Carroll experimented with pyramids for about 17 years. He did a lot of experiments using brine shrimp. And brine shrimp usually live for 6 to 7 weeks, but under the pyramids, Bill has kept them alive for over a year. He also noticed that pyramid grown shrimp grew 2 to 3 times larger than normal. That's crazy, huh? There's more. I also read an article about a Canadian hospital trying to use a pyramid in their burn ward. And the results were that after being under the pyramid for a few minutes, the patient's pain started to reduce. They also found that burn areas healed much faster. And that's just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to sacred geometry and what it can do. And little did I know, sacred geometry would do the unthinkable to me, right? So something happened to me that day that I was up in the vortex. Next thing you know, it was crazy. I started seeing people's energetic fields. I would all of a sudden just know things before they even happened, predictably and consistently. If somebody was going through something, I knew it because I felt everything they felt and more. I could look at their bodies and just know where all the energetic blocks are. I know what caused them recurring pain in their life. I just knew where the source was. I could see and access their karma and all the energetic blocks. I don't know how this happened, but it was overwhelming at first, but I just knew it. I just had access to all of it. All the negative energy that's trapped in the organs, energetic fields, auras, chakras, cellular level, and more. And for some weird reason, I knew how to fix it all. I had information downloaded in me that I didn't have before, and I was able to do things that I've never done before either. I felt like Neo straight out of the Matrix. First, when I had all this information, I was kind of nervous to share it with other people, so I started working on myself at first, removing all the energy blocks I saw within me, and boy did my life change quickly. My business income, which my businesses have typically nothing to do with energy work. It's complete, literally logical left field consulting and speaking at events, jumped dramatically out of the blue, right? And when I started getting into energy work and mastering it, and I started getting featured for my success, Entrepreneur Magazine, Inc., Forbes, right? And met a ton of cool people along the way as well. Celebrities, like, business leaders, actors, like, influencers and world changers. I met all of them. They were attracted to me in my line of work for some reason, and the more I focused on my energy, the higher the caliber of people I attracted into my life. I even manifested into my life the love of my life, which is, I wrote down everything I could have ever wanted in a partner, long list, and delivered to me, like, with the moment I figured the energy thing out and really dedicated to practicing it. It happened within a few short weeks of me doing that, right? One of my favorites is starting a philanthropic initiative to spread love and light and joy to those who need it the most. That's one of the most memorable things, and one of my proudest moments is starting and co-founding this initiative. And now that I'm at the end of the tunnel on the other side, the least I can do is pay it forward and share the same sacred knowledge I've been blessed with you. So now, let me go over the 8 psychic spiritual senses, and these are important, okay? And here's why they're important. Our 5 senses, sight, hear, taste, smell, and touch, help us make sense of the physical world we live in. And our 8 psychic or spiritual senses help us make sense of the energetic world we live in as well. It's our guiding force, it's our GPS system, it's our intuition. And this will explain why you've experienced the things you've experienced and will give you an insight on who you truly are. So these are the 8 psychic and spiritual senses, okay? So today I'm going to go over the 8 spiritual senses. And it's really important to understanding your spiritual nature and also your unconscious intuitive abilities. A lot of the times, a lot of problems come when you don't know why you're feeling the way you're feeling. Like, ended up shifting limiting beliefs that aren't even yours, or feelings that aren't even yours. You pick it up from somebody else, you think it's yours, and you beat yourself up for feeling that, but the reality is it wasn't even yours to begin with. So a lot of times things happen like that, and you realize it's not your feeling, it's someone else's, and then you can address it, right? So one of the first spiritual senses that I'm going to go over is the clear cognizance, and this is what's called clear knowing. That's the first psychic spiritual sense, and this is something that a lot of people have, and I have it as well. And the way it works is you just know stuff without having any external information. You weren't given facts, you weren't given visual cues and feedback, you just know. And the frustrating thing is that it's right most of the time, and when you're connected, and it's not coming from ego or programming at all, you're just right. And it's frustrating because you can't prove it, you can't explain it. People ask you, how do you know? But you just know. And you can't quantify or explain how you know. And by the way, you can have a mixture of these different spiritual senses, not just one, right? You can have a mixture of each, and that's what makes it so unique. And when people go to my Geo Love Healing and activation workshops that I do in Sedona a few times a year, we go through the room to discover people's unique combination of gifts. And what's funny is no 2 people are the same. It's different. And there's no one size fits all when it comes to gifts. Everything is very tailored to who you are. And the truth is, we come in as unique spiritual beings. Even if you have twins that come in, a minute apart in the role, they're different. They have their unique physical and biochemical blueprints. It's their own uniqueness to them. But it also means everybody has a unique spiritual, energetic blueprint that's unique to you. And there's no one size fits all. And if you're studying someone who's famous or a thought leader in this, and you're like, wow, this sucks, I'm not like them, or this just doesn't work for me, don't beat yourself up, because everybody is unique, and a lot of the journey is finding what works for you. One of the biggest things that I have to come to understand is that there's no wrong or right way of doing things. It's what's right for you in this moment. And in this world that we live in, there's so much division of like, my religion is better than yours, or this group is better than yours, or my thought process is better than yours. But the reality is, kind of like you're trying to get to a destination and you have different cars. No car is wrong. It's like just whatever car gets you there, it gets you there. And everybody has different types of cars that they want, and everything works. You can take a bike, you can take a car, you can take a jet, you can walk. It doesn't matter. If it gets you from point A to B, you still get there. The vehicle is just different. And that's the same thing as everybody in this world. They have their own spiritual features and they have their own vehicles which are the same, getting you to where you want to go. So you just gotta figure out what works for you. Remember, it's all about finding your authentic self and getting back to your purpose work so you can get to your destination and do what you came here to do, and nothing's wrong, everything is right. So a lot of it is thinking what's right for you, and if one doesn't resonate, that's cool. There's always other vehicles and methods and other teachers and experiences that you can take advantage of in this lifetime, and you have to be okay with that it's okay to use all of them or some of them, combine some of them, and benefit from a lot of them. You can do that, right? So it's a little bit rand over there, but I felt like you needed to hear that. Clairvoyance. The second psychic sense is clairvoyance, and each of these psychic senses have different levels. So you can always activate more levels, and it can come different ways, shapes and forms, and it's okay. So with clairvoyance, sometimes it's clear vision. You see with your third eye. Sometimes it's in dream form. You have very, very vivid dreams. Sometimes it's astral traveling. There's another example. Sometimes it's during the day. You just have images that are coming to you in pictures or in movie reel form. Sometimes it's information like, through what you see through auras and colors and chakras or light glowing around people. You just know. So clairvoyance is one of them, okay? That's how it works. And some of the times you can see with your physical eyes, like you can see spirits or energies, and that's another example. But there's so many different forms of this. I mean, sometimes you can just see it with your just third eye in your imagination. Sometimes you can see it with your actual physical eyes, and this can go way more advanced. But this is some of the basic ones when it comes to clairvoyance. Okay, so clairvoyance is clear seeing, and a lot of times people that have this, they have so much fear around this stuff that instead of understanding that this is something they can have control over, they can have parameters, you can have rules around it. Right now, if you're not aware of this stuff, it's a car that drives itself. Like you don't even know it's driving itself. And there's a lot of skills and things to learn so you can have control over your abilities. You might not even know that you have the ability or the gift. But once you get the skills and the understanding of this, you can be in the driver's seat. You can figure out when to accelerate, when to put the brakes on, and when to turn the car off and turn it on, and it's liberating. And a lot of it is realizing that just because you have these gifts doesn't mean they control you. True freedom comes from when you understand everything that you are as a spiritual being, and you can have complete control over your gifts. Next is clairaudience. The next thing is clear hearing, and this is when you are hearing stuff that people are thinking or a higher power is sending you a message. I'll give you an example. Have you ever had ringing in your ears? All of a sudden it's like ringing and it's like buzzing. That's one of them. Sometimes it's because someone's thinking of you intensely, and sometimes it's a higher power, God giving you a sign or a message, or maybe sometimes it's somebody talking about you, or you're talking about something that you're not supposed to talk to or you're supposed to pay attention to. All of a sudden your ears start ringing. So a lot of it's dependent on the situation, but ears ringing is one of them. And something that you really need to pay attention to. Let's say the universe is giving you a sign, right? And I'll give you an example. Usually your ears will ring. For example, let's say you all of a sudden you're driving, right? You're driving, and in your head, or you hear something like exit, take this exit, and you're like, why? But you just follow it, and then you come in late. But then you realize later that the other path that you normally would take, there was an accident. It would have delayed you, or worse, it could have been you, right? So it's the voice of the universe, the voice of God, or a higher guidance guiding you. That is clairaudience. That's another one. It's just like you just hear a guidance. Clairsentience is another one. So for example, my grandmother, when I was younger, passed away. I had two grandmothers. One had a very distinct perfume, and another one had flowers that she loved and always had around. And I remember there were times when it was their death anniversaries, or some random times when I'm missing them, I could smell the perfume or the flowers in the house when there was none. That's another way of getting messages or communications from the spiritual world. Is clairsentience, is clear smelling. Okay, that's what it is. And there's also clairgustance, and this is something that people like legitimately taste things that are not there. And you can see that sometimes you have homicide detectives when they're going to crime scenes and they taste the actual drug in their mouth. They get a distinct taste of what the drug is, only to be confirmed later by the lab that their quote-unquote guess of what it was accurate. And sometimes it can happen with food and different things. But this is another spiritual / psychic sense and ability that you might have. So that's a pretty cool thing. Then you have clear empathy. Clear empathy is clear emotional feeling. This is not to be confused with clairsentience, which I'm going to go over in a second. This is when you walk into a room and you can just sense what people are feeling. Like, you don't actually physically feel it in your body, but you can sense it. And sometimes it can get confusing because you might think that the feeling is yours when in reality it's someone else's, right? And some people are more sensitive, or as their frequency rises up, they're able to house more to where instead of just being able to feel the room, they can feel the entire city. Or sometimes they can be remotely to where somebody's thinking about them, and they can just sense the feeling from far away. So that's clear empathy. And sometimes it's like really random, middle of the day, like I'm feeling anxious or I'm excited, and I normally know who that typically is, who feels that way, and within 10 minutes I get a call or text from that exact person I was thinking of that has those same emotions. So that happens a lot. And when it happens to you, or if it happens to you, pay attention so you actually have confirmation on it. That is one. It's like a spiritual text message. So with clear empathy, you get clear emotional feeling. Then you have clairsentience. And clairsentience means clear physical feelings. Right? And this throws you in a loop because you actually feel the emotion in your body. And this happened to me earlier than I can even remember. It can be different things. And I saw this in my last workshop in Stona. I would walk into a room and all of a sudden for a few days, my left shoulder started hurting. Later on, we found out that there were 2 people in the room who had left shoulder pains. So I tend to do that, especially when I'm doing a lot of energy work and I'm coming up and I'm opening up intuitively to people's energy as I can. And it's cool because it gives me feedback, so I feel everybody, and when I feel them, I know how to help them. And that's one example of it, is I just feel everything from emotions to what people are feeling and if they have body aches. And the cool thing is, by the end of that workshop, those people, they had no shoulder pain and mine disappeared. And that's how we figured it out. I was like, wow. I was like, I don't have any more shoulder pain. And 2 people were like, we did, and it's gone too. And I was like, oh, I probably was feeling yours. And that's how that came about. But I also feel emotions. So if somebody is feeling anger or depression, I'd feel it. Like, I would literally feel the emotion in my body. And it took me a while to realize that it's somebody else's and not mine, and that I can be protected from it. I can clear it. But sometimes it's also important to know that, because if you know that, then you know how to help somebody because you can feel it in your body and it guides you to serve them on a deeper level. But a lot of it is knowing when to turn it on, when to turn it off, how to regulate it, and not be debilitated by it. Okay? Sometimes when things get really intense and you experience huge emotional swings, you might think that you're just crazy, or even ask yourself, why am I bipolar? Or why am I one day feeling great and one day I feel like I'm in the bottom? And a lot of the time people medicate to shut it off, and they don't realize it's actually a gift. You just didn't know, because how could you? There's no handbook. They don't teach you that in school. And it's something that you kind of like have to journey on and find out by yourself through experience of things like these, So that's one of the things that I have, which is really, really can be intense, but also very useful. And it's also clairtangency. This is the last one. And we'll do a quick recap, okay? So first, you had clear empathy, which is clear emotional feelings that we've talked about, so you can sense what they're feeling. You also had clear sentience, which is clear physical feeling, to where you manifest the actual in your body temporarily what people feel in their body, joints or whatever's aching and emotions, you feel it. And then we talked about like clairvoyance, claircognizance, and we talked about that. And then this one brings us to clairtangency. This is where you could touch objects or be in close proximity to people and you just know facts about them, memories, facts, and and it can be pretty intense. If you don't know what's going on, you're just like, whoa, why is there an overwhelming amount of information flooding in through my mind right now? So there you have it. Those are the 8 psychic senses and the 5 steps you can use to remove deeply rooted energetic blocks that are secretly stopping you from experiencing more abundance, happiness, peace, and success in your life. I can spend weeks talking about this, as there's so much more amazing information to share, but hopefully what I shared today gets you started and aware of what goes on in your energetic system. Awareness is the first step. Once you're aware, then you can do something about it and take action. Information is not power, it is potential power. Taking action is what creates the results. So my question is this: do you want to become your own healer and master your energy? Do you want to understand exactly how to activate your natural healing abilities? Would you like to learn specific how-to when it comes to the 5 steps to healing yourself so you can confidently remove the negative energy blocks that are preventing you from living the life you've always wanted? Want me to walk you through how you can apply all of these concepts in your life over the next 30 days? Would your life change if you had all the tools to become your own healer? If so, I want to talk about and invite you to my Authentic Energy program. It's 30 days to unlocking your natural healing abilities, activating your intuition, and becoming your own healer. And here's why I created this program. You brush your teeth daily, you eat daily, you drink water daily, and this takes care of your physical health. But what about your energetic health? Things happen on a daily basis. And in order to give yourself the best chance at succeeding and experiencing all the abundance that life has to offer, you need to take care of your energetic health daily. You need to learn how to become your own healer so you can feel good any place, anywhere, at any time. This empowers you so things don't have to happen to you, they can start happening for you. And what makes this program different is it's designed to empower you. Instead, I have nothing against going out there and getting energetic healing or treatment from other people. That if that option is there, we should be able to take advantage of it. But it's also good to know these things, this skill, so you can do it for yourself when others aren't there to do it for you. So you're empowered, right? It's something that you can learn from home. You don't have to go to Sedona or my 4-day retreats to learn this. I made this information so you can learn from the comfort and luxury of your own home, and you can do it at your own pace. Start whenever you want, rewatch it as many times as you want, do it at your own pace. And this doesn't use your own energy. A lot of energy healing modalities out there teach you to use your own body, your own energy. But this, since we're connected to God, to source, to a higher power, we're just merely a vessel and merely tools to where this energy can run through us and help facilitate healing. So we're not using our energy, we're being guided and powered by a higher power. And that's what makes it different. Then you can learn quickly. It's one of the things that I've talked to people in a few hours or a day, and you can pick this up pretty quickly. So it's something that doesn't take months or years to master. This, we work on the root, not the fruit. So the roots and the seeds, they grow they grow the branches, they grow the fruit, and a lot of people address the branches and the fruit. And the thing is, there's going to be more fruits and more branches, but we go directly to where it all started. We work on the root and the seeds, so that things that happen don't need to happen at all, because we worked on it at such a fundamental root level that things that normally would happen don't happen at all, and things that need to be fixed get fixed once and for all. And when you make that one simple fix, it fixes 1,000 other things, because you fixed that leverage point of where it all started. This energy program that you're going to learn to, it works well with other methods. If you're already into a lot of energy healing stuff, it actually helps accelerate and amplify other things that you might be learning as well. This is based on love. The whole thing that makes this work is we are grounded and powered by love. So we are on that vibration. So when we're facilitating any kind of healing experience, love is the foundation, love is the background, love is the fuel. And in that frequency, like they say, you can't put fire out with fire, you have to use water. You can't put out hate or fear or negative energy by fear, hate, and negative energy. We use love for that. And that, in my experience, and over 10 years of doing that, has been the biggest factor in really removing the deepest energetic wounds and toxins that we absorb and be able to do it quickly and successfully. Is it being grounded and based and fueled and powered by love. And again, this is powered by source, not you. And a lot of it is also in intuitive healing. As you're doing this, it activates your intuition. So as you're removing the energetic blocks from yourself or from others, your intuition gets turned on the way we do this, to where you get messages and realize why things occurred the way they occurred, where's the source, and all that good stuff. So it also activates your intuition as you do this. Why 30 days? So you can have all the knowledge and tools you need to remove energy blocks and gain mental and emotional clarity, leading you to experiencing more abundance in your life. I want to make sure you're equipped with everything. Those stones left unturned. You got everything you need. And what you're going to learn in this 30-day journey is how to tap into abundant energy so you can manifest what you want in life quicker and more predictably. You're going to learn how to activate your hands, what I call scanning ability, so you can feel energy and you can discover where you have energetic blocks within your own system. You're going to learn proven ways to remove negative energy that's trapped in your body. You're going to learn how to restore your body's natural life force energy so you heal faster, physically, emotionally, and mentally. You're going to learn the quick 60-second method for clearing your energy that works every single time. Works for anxiety, fear, negativity, overwhelm, etc. You're going to learn how to handle the negative environment and people in your life. And you're also going to learn how to activate your intuition. My training program will take you by the hand and help you master energy healing over the next 30 days. And by now, you already know that you can't escape the fact that everything is energy, and energy affects everything in your life. And that consciously letting these laws work for you through authentic energy versus just letting with a flow directionless is your best bet to unlocking success, abundance, wellness, peace of mind, joy, and fulfillment in life that you desire. So, if you want to get rid of the negative energy that's trapped inside of you, that's holding you back and sabotaging your success, if you want to reconnect to your authentic energy so you can unlock your passion, your calling, your purpose, and ultimately the life you want, if you're still stuck with experiencing overwhelm, confusion, anxiety, sadness, stress, and lower level vibes, and you want to let go of them so you can start living the life of your dreams, if you want to claim the abundance, the extraordinary experiences, and the genuine happiness really destined for you, and if you want to properly channel your energy towards what matters most and go from surviving to thriving, and if you want life results that allow you to give back to the world and make a difference, then this is for you. Here's how we'll do it. Here's the overview of the Authentic Energy Program. We're going to go over the foundations for healing. It's very important. You're going to learn the daily energy clearing practices. Right? Daily energy clearing and protection practices. I'm going to teach you that. You're going to learn how to remove deep energy blocks within you, and you're going to also learn advanced energy management. Like, how do you bring this all together? How do you do things quicker? How do you do things more powerful? Just that advanced energy stuff that I've learned over the last 10 years. I'm going to share that with you as well. So here's what a small sample of what you'll learn in this program. You're going to discover your unique spiritual gifts, how to activate them, how to use them to heal yourself and others. You're going to learn how to turn on your intuition using a simple technique called scanning. Everybody has the ability to tune into their own intuition. It's easy once you know how. You're going to learn how to feel energy. Everyone can feel energy. Once you do, then you'll have more awareness and understanding of the invisible thing that controls everything. You're going to learn how to use sacred light and colors to cleanse, energize, and heal. Very few people know the power of this specific technique. Once you learn it, you can go from drained and feeling down to energized, vibrant, and happy in as little as 1 minute. You're going to learn how to use sacred breathing to access higher levels of consciousness. Did you know that there's a specific way for you to access higher levels of healing, which is breathing? I'll show you the specific formula for doing this. You're going to learn how to cut energetic cords and clear yourself. Did you know that people have the ability to affect you? You are an energetic being, and people can attach energetic cords to your energetic body without meaning to. When that happens, you feel exactly how they feel. Their fears become yours. I'll show you how to get rid of these cords so others can't affect you anymore. and you'll learn 3 powerful types of sacred geometry you should use in all your healings. There are dozens of sacred geometry symbols I personally use. During this training, we'll focus on the 3 basic but extremely powerful ones you'll need. It's the foundation of everything that I do. You're going to learn how to look for negative energies within the chakras. Your chakras affect you in your daily quality of life more than you realize. I'll show you how to discover which of your chakras are carrying negative energy and what to do about it. I'm going to show you, and guide you to spiritual sanitation. You'll discover exactly what you should be doing before and after all healing sessions to make sure you are protected from all negative energies that are released during the healing. You're going to learn the 3 proven steps to removing negative energy. When negative energy is stuck in your body, it must be removed. There's 3 steps to removing it, and a total of 5 steps for the entire system. But the removal part is 3 steps, and it's guaranteed to remove the negative energy no matter how old it is, right? And you're going to learn how to create a vortex or shields to protect yourself and others. Did you know you can protect yourself from negative energies from other people? It's easy when you know how to create this vortex and shield, right? There's a specific method to do it, and I'll show you in this program. You're going to learn how to balance your chakras. Sometimes you struggle during your day because some of your chakras might not be balanced. One's big and others not, and it just pretty much, it's kind of like having a chair with one leg being way too long and the other 3 being short. It's just tip off of balance and you can't really use it. It can sometimes cause headaches, nausea, or feeling of disconnection or overwhelm when they're either too big or too small. You'll learn exactly how to balance them and also how to re-energize them so you're operating perfectly throughout your day. You're going to learn how to clear your aura and energetic field. Energetic field can be anywhere from a few feet in front of you all the way to 15 to 20 feet around you. Throughout your day, you can pick up and absorb negative energies from people and places that you visit. You're going to learn how to clear all that energy from your aura and energetic field so you end the day feeling rejuvenated, vibrant, happy, and in your own energy. And much more. Okay? You're getting the exact process that I use to turn my life around by being able to remove my energetic blocks. And when you're first learning how to master your energy, you need consistent daily reinforcement so you can learn the skills effectively and develop the habit so it becomes second nature. That's why you'll be getting a video from me every single day for the next 30 days to make sure you build the energy healing habits needed for you to start experiencing the quality of life you truly deserve. And you'll be a part of my Authentic Energy Facebook family so you can connect with like-minded people and get the support you need as well. Okay? So you'll meet people on the same journey as you so you don't feel alone during this transformational time in your life. Authentic Energy is a transformative journey that gives you all the tools and techniques for unlocking your natural healing ability so you can experience the life you've always wanted. And the question you're probably asking is, Kuya Nino, how much is this going to cost me? Right? Here are pictures of some of my workshops that I've done and where people flew in from all over the world. It was a 4-day workshop. They flew in, so they paid for their tickets, they paid for their hotel, they paid for their accommodations and their food and transportation, and they paid $2,100 for this experience. And you're getting the exact same information that they learned in this workshop. You're getting it in this next 30 days delivered to you, and you can learn from it from the comfort of your own home at your own pace, and you can master the same things that they master without traveling, without all that cost, right? Here's what you get when you enroll today. You get lifetime access to the 4-week in-depth training on activating your healing abilities. You'll get 1 video per day for the next 4 weeks. You'll learn the same principles I learned in my 10-year journey of mastering energy for healing, protection, abundance, and purpose work. The value of this is $4.99. You'll get my personal routines that I do daily that gets me the right vibration and energy to accomplish anything that I want. You get lifetime access to the Authentic Energy Facebook family. The value is $9.99. You get daily guidance videos and audio coaching from me for 4 weeks. Okay, and you get your questions and answered by me. You'll be getting a recording of a Q&A session every single week for the first month. And I've gathered all the most common questions people have with each week's training. I've recorded a live Q&A for it, and you get the recorded version of that for the first month. The value is $199. You get community support and group mastermind with a loving and supportive group of like-minded healers. Value of this is $199. And of course, unconditional 7-day money-back guarantee after the start of the program, so you can be sure that this course is perfect fit for you with no risk on your part. Okay, and the program starts immediately, and you'll get immediate access to the training when you sign up now. Right? The total value of all of this stuff is $1,896, and I wanted this 30-day program to be more affordable so I can help more people. So on this webinar that you're watching right now, you save $1,597. So it's just one payment of $299 or 3 installments of $117. Okay, so go ahead and click add to cart button that you see on this page to get started. If it doesn't show up, use the website that you see below. Right, use that website. If it doesn't show up, yes, that's just $9.96 per day for the next 30 days to learn how to remove all the energetic blocks stopping you from having the life you truly desire. Right? Or that's, if you want to break it down, if you're doing the payment plan options, it's $3.90 per day. That's less than a cup of, cafe latte at your favorite coffee shop, right? And don't forget, you're protected by my 100% satisfaction guarantee. That is, test drive the first 7 days of the program. Try it out. Try out what you learn. Put it to the test. If for any reason you're not happy, let me know before the 7 days are up, and we'll give you a full refund. It gets even better than that. When you finish the 30-day program, you'll get access to 2 bonus programs for free. Bonus program number 1 is the Chakra Mastery. I'm gonna be releasing at the end of the 30 days, Chakra Mastery, a bonus set of videos that goes over in depth on each chakra. What are the problems that come with, that get trapped in the energies and the issues that normally come with it, different ways of clearing them, and just really giving you the confidence to know everything there is to know about chakras. I'm going to be revealing advanced chakras that I didn't reveal, or that are not common knowledge. The advanced ones the advanced ones are where most of the deepest hidden traumas are, energetic traumas are located, but nobody knows to look in those areas. So I'm going to reveal that in the Chakra Mastery bonus, right? And another one we have is Interview with Healers, and this is where I bring on board people who used to be in your shoes, who went through my workshops, who are now healers, and who have actually worked with people. And I'm gonna pick their brains on, hey, what's working for you? What's your story? What are some of the experiences you've had? What are some of the results that you've had? So you can learn from multiple perspectives. And some of them have figured out different techniques that have evolved from what I've taught them, and they'll share that with you as well. And this is just to give you an example of what's possible and more tools in your belt of what you can actually practice as a healer. So this is another bonus I want to throw in there, because I want to make sure that when you do this, we're doing it right, to where you're surrounded by a loving community of people who are doing this, who eat, live, breathe energy healing and mastery, and you can learn from them. I want you to be able to absorb that like a sponge so you can use that in your own life. So let's recap. You get 1 video from me every single day for the next 30 days. You get access to my Authentic Energy Facebook family. You get my Chakra Mastery program in 30 days. You get my Interview with Healers video series in 30 days. You get to try the Authentic Energy program risk-free for 7 days. And if for any reason you're not happy, simply let me know before the 7 days are up, and I'll give you a full refund. And you will save $15.97 off the regular price when you sign up on this webinar, right? So go ahead, click add to cart button that you see on this page to get started. If that doesn't show up, there's a website below. Just type that in manually. It should take you to the checkout page. Okay, and here are some questions that I'm going to answer that you might have, right? Do you guarantee that it will work for me? In my experience, everyone that has ever been to my workshop, that has learned this information and has taken action, it's worked for them. They've been able to feel energy. They've been able to activate their gifts. They've been able to use it to feel better on themselves and for other people. And the only way that this will not work for you is if you don't try it. So my guarantee is, if you learn this and if you give it a fair shot and try it, if you decide today and take action and empower yourself to learn this so you're not stuck where you are and you can move forward and you give it a fair shot and you implement everything that I teach you, it will work because historically it has worked for people that I've shared this with. So if you do that, there's no doubt in my mind and there's no risk involved because you have a 7-day trial, so you can see the content for the first 7 days and see if it resonates for you or not. But in my experience, everybody that's learned this that I've shared this with, their life today is radically different than it was before they've learned what I've shared with them. It's a very different life. In their words, it's a better life. So do I guarantee it will work for you? It will when you take action on it. And the first step is going to the website, checking this out, trying the 30-day program out, and giving yourself this gift, right? And it this is something that you manifest into your life. The fact that you're in this webinar, it's not by chance that you're watching this webinar, that out of all the thousands or hundreds of thousands of ads that you could have seen, or videos that you could have seen, or posts you could have seen on your phone or your computer, this is what you've landed on your lap, and you clicked on it and you registered for the webinar and you've gotten this far. Obviously, it's something that resonates with you on some level, and I urge you to give it a shot. Another one is, how does this program work? It's pretty simple. You enroll for the program, you get login access, you get a video a day for the next 30 days. Those videos are lessons, tips, techniques, exact step-by-step procedures of how I do things, and all the tools and techniques you need to get a basic mastery of energy. Apply it in your own life, try it out, and see the results for yourself. And during those 30 days, every single week, I'm going to be releasing a recorded live Q&A where I've gathered all the common questions that people normally have with each week's lessons. I answer them and I send them off to you, so you can use that as well to get more clarity with questions that you have in the program. And you also have the Facebook group, Facebook family, where you can sign on in there and literally get loved on and supported by everyone in the same journey as you. Some of them are beginners, some of them are advanced healers that have gone through my program, but they all have this, one goal and purpose in mind, is we're all here to support and help the world heal. In order to do that, we have to heal ourselves, and that's why we're learning. We're learning how to do that with this specific methodology. I want to teach you that. All right. Another question is, do I still have access to this program after the course is over? Do I have lifetime access? The answer is yes. Once unlike other programs to where, they pay and they get access for 30 days or a year, this one is a lifetime access. You enroll today, you get access to this information for life. It's yours. How much time do I need to dedicate to this daily? The videos are anywhere from 4 to 10 minutes. Some are longer, up 15 minutes to or more. But so allocate some time to watch the videos, and then the actual practice of it can be 5 to 10 minutes a day. Once you're actually practicing this stuff, it depends. If you have a tougher day, of course you do more. But it's kind of like brushing your teeth and eating. It becomes second nature, to where it will come a point to where you might not even need to do this, or you forget to do this because there's no negative energy that you feel and your life is perfect. And we've had people like that. They were like, you know what? I haven't had to do energy clearing in months. And I just realized that the same issues that I had back then when I first started out, they aren't there anymore. So it does get to that point, and I want to equip you the tools to get you there. And it all starts here at this point right now. Whatever, depending on what's going on in your life, it will dictate how often and how much you need to do it. But it can be as little as 5 to 15 minutes a day for the videos, and then the application of it is 5 to 10 minutes daily or as needed. Can I complete this course at my own pace? Yes, there's no rush. You can rewatch it. We have people that have gone through our courses 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Go as many times, go over it as many times as you want, and watch it as often as you want. Again, it's complete control is in your hands with our program, right? Because the truth is this, okay? And I want to leave you with this thought. Truth is, you were born perfect. But there's so much unnecessary pain and suffering in the world because people are not aware of their unique spiritual gifts and how to manage their energetic system. Or worse, they dim or completely shut off their light, like I did, because they don't understand it and they're afraid to be judged by others. Us shutting off our light is like shutting off our spiritual GPS system and our intuition. It's also like us shutting off our energetic food and nutrition, because we need that. And that's a huge reason why a lot of people get lost or stuck in life, running around in circles but not really living to their full potential and not experiencing the full abundance and fulfillment that life has to offer. Right? You weren't born imperfect and helpless. It was quite the opposite. You were born perfect, equipped with all the spiritual knowledge, gifts, and tools you need to not only survive, but to thrive and make a lasting impact on the world. You came here as a gift to the world through your own unique expression of your divine wisdom. But somewhere along the way, you forgot that, gave your power away, and relied purely on logic and your brain to survive. We shut off not only our light, but also our emotions and our gifts. But the magic in life and our purpose in life lies within our light, which most have forgotten about, and our hearts and not our heads. You are not alone in this. I've been down this path, and a lot of people that I've helped from all over the world have been too, and I know there's a better quality of life out there that's available waiting for you and waiting for all. And I'm here right now dedicating my life to empowering you and helping you get there. That's my life's purpose. My life's purpose is to help activate the lights in others, the light and love in others, by helping them learn how to manage their gifts, their unique spiritual nature, their healing abilities, to be able to activate that so that they're empowered and that mistakes from the past don't have to repeat themselves, and situations that aren't favorable don't have to keep happening. You can finally break free from that and start experiencing life that you were meant to experience, one of happiness, joy, abundance, freedom, fulfillment, inner peace, success, and true potency of just pure joy that we were meant to experience in this life, right? And my mission is to help get you there. And if you have any more questions I didn't get to answer, go ahead and just type it in the question box that you see on this page, and I'll answer them soon. Alright, so again, if this resonated with you at all and this made sense, go ahead and click the add to cart button that you see on this page so you can get started. It's an amazing program. You won't regret it. And my hope is that something turned on within you in this presentation, that I was able to turn on a switch of awareness, of just knowing there's something better out there. And it will be my truest honor to be able to serve you in this journey and to be the one to share this information with you. And I truly hope that you do give me that honor to be able to serve you. And again, thank you so much for watching this training. It's a lot of information. I love you. I hope you shine your light, and I hope you really choose to activate it, because the world needs you and what you have inside of you. Everybody, we all have a purpose, we all have a message, and that it really lies within our light. And I hope you decide to step into your light, embrace your power, and do and be all that you're meant to be. Thank you for watching this webinar. Hopefully I'll see you in the training program. And as promised, if you stay till the end, you'll get an email of the rapid manifestation video that I mentioned earlier as a bonus. So check your inbox, it's going to be there, and wait for it. And again, if you haven't yet, hopefully join us in this program, and I'll see you on the other side.